Today you're going to get the cardio method that allow me to go from looking like this to looking like this in 14 weeks. We're going to cut a few myths out as well and get your mindset in the right frame to then digest the information of the cardio. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be drawn out. You're going to get the bulletproof truth of what I use really to get results like this on a weekly basis. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Tom Sergi. I run the Gorilla Platoon and we get results like this, and cardio is absolutely one of the staples that allows us to achieve this. So my promise to you is in this video you'll know the most efficient way to use cardio to get shredded, because it is important. But let's go into what we're going to cover in this video. The first thing I want to mention to you, cardio alone will not get you shredded. Being in a negative energy balance is what will get you shredded over the long term. But, cardio is a very, very big and important tool. And the reason I say that is, with these results, what I don't do is, I don't put you in a massive deficit to start with. Because a lot of you, if you start like this, you actually need fuel. You need food to drive that performance in the gym, because we're doing a body recomposition. That's pretty much what I speak about on this channel. And that's the ability to build some tissue as well as pulling off some body fat. Now, if we just take your food really fucking low, then ultimately you will have no fuel. You'll have no ability to extract performance in the gym. Therefore, your ability to build and retain tissue is going to be drastically diminished. So the reason I can get food to be as high as possible is I just increase output via using cardio. But cardio alone will not get you shredded. You can't sit at maintenance, just do cardio and expect to get shredded. It's not really going to work like that. You need to be in some form of a deficit, of course. Now, the next thing to understand is the faster you go, the more body fat you burn. That's not true, okay? It just doesn't work like that. Look at, whenever I'm getting results like this, they're like cakes in the oven. Burning body fat is honestly like putting a cake in the oven. You can't just put it in for an hour on blasted heat and watch it come out shredded. It just doesn't work like that. You have to keep it in for fucking days and marinate it all the way until they're skinless. So the faster you go won't burn more body fat. Managing fatigue, this is another important one, because I had a client the other week and he had a big race event over the Scottish Highlands, and he essentially, we thought, or I initially thought maybe this could be useful in terms of burning body fat, but actually it was really detrimental. The reason I say that, because it's such a big event he's going to go and do, we needed to give him a bit more food beforehand so he didn't pile in. But then after it, his appetite was so sky high through the roof, to put him just back on the calories we had him on was tough, really fucking tough. So we had to feed him a bit more. So overall, you would think big, long event, hard, fast and aggressive, it was actually more detrimental than it was positive to it because of how much fatigue shot up. So if you're going to go out for a run, that can't be your staple piece of cardio. The reason being, you're just going to accumulate too much fatigue, your joints are going to ache, and you just can't do it daily. It's not sustainable to do it daily. With cardio, it wants to be something that you can do daily and doesn't accumulate fatigue. Because you think about it, you're in a deficit. The last thing you want to be doing is carrying extra fatigue on top of the fact that you're not eating as much. You're having to walk around all the time. You're having to train hard. That extra burden of fatigue will just be another nail in the coffin to have you falling off. So you really want to minimize the fatigue instead of sport is okay. Sport once a week, and even running once a week on your rest day is not going to hurt you, but it cannot be the staple, or I don't use it as the staple cardio piece with my clients, to be honest. Now, one thing that is really, really useful, and it's the opposite of that, is walking. Your ability to walk will honestly get you fucking inside out shredded. Not the first before and after that I've shown you here, but the ability for me to get into this level condition. I didn't actually do formal cardio. I just walked my way to it. Started at 10k on week 0, progressed it to 12 after around 4 weeks, then to 15, then 16, 17, 18, all the way up to 20k by the end of the 12 week. And no joke, honestly, that got me inside out shredded. I didn't need to do any formal cardio, and it didn't accumulate any fatigue. Like, you can walk around all fucking day. You're not really going to get, I'll take that with a grain of salt. I don't know who's watching, but more than likely you're not going to get fatigue from walking around. Try and walk at a bit more of a brisk pace instead of just mincing around. And honestly, walking will get you shredded. But what's the downfall of it? It's really time consuming. If you don't have the lifestyle that's set up for it, you're not going to be able to walk 20k steps because it honestly takes about 3 hours. So I do understand that. And that's why there is, and I use formal cardio more from a time frame perspective. You ask me, oh, what's the best tool for cardio? I tell you just to walk if you have the time to do it. But I appreciate not everyone's life is set up like that. So we're going to use a mixture of the two. So you will do 10,000 steps each day, and I'd keep it at that for the longest of time, maybe pushing it up towards the very back end of the diet, because again, it's low cost to fatigue, and it'll just allow us to create that touch more of a deficit. But what I actually use with clients is non-impact, like list cardio, low intensity, steady state cardio. So that's going to consume of a bike, cross trainer, incline treadmill, keep the heart rate around 120 to 130 and rinse that out. Start on 20 minutes. So you've got calories, 20 minutes cardio, 10,000 steps. That will get you a certain result for a certain amount of time, and then you won't. You'll plateau and you'll flatline again. Now we need to pull another lever. And if we want to keep food as high as possible, we're only on 20 minutes cardio, you can send that to 30. You're doing this daily, remember, bang, 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 cardio in each and every day. So if you can achieve that, you're going to create that negative energy balance. The weight will start to drop off until it doesn't, and then you have to pull another lever again. Bang, up to 40 minutes, and you keep going until pretty much when you hit 60. I wouldn't be trying to push much more than that, because that's like you're basically doing 2 sessions a day. You're doing your weight session, and then you're doing your CV as well. So I would finish it around about the 12k. Now, of course, the 60 minutes. Of course, you're going to have to pull from food as you go through the transformation, because you just won't be able to stay on that amount of calories in most cases. For me to get down to that level of shredding, I honestly only pulled food twice, but I'm seasoned at it. Like some people, you might have to just pull it a bit more. It depends on your time frame you get trying to hit the goal, and also your starting point of how much body fat you were carrying in the beginning. But that's it. That's honestly the tool I use. So something that's non-impact, on a piece of CV equipment, keeping the heart rate 120 to 130 and adding 10 minutes every time I need to see. Because remember, in context, I'm telling you this so you can use it as your tool in your transformation to pull off body fat and to get shredded. It will get you shredded, no doubt. If you've done your deficit correctly, which, check the last video if you don't know how to set up your own deficit. If you've done that correctly, you've set your certain amount of calories, you then do this and rinse this out, as I've just spoke about in this video, you're going to be in a good space. You're going to get shredded, and ultimately you'll have to pull from food, no doubt. I'm just assuming, because I don't know who's actually watching, but you'll pull from food until you get down towards that goal. So honestly, that's honestly it. There's no real secrets when it comes to cardio. Do exactly that. Do it daily. Don't accumulate fatigue. Make it progressive. You're fucking golden, mate, and you'll get inside out shredded. So that is everything in this video. A short one. If you found it useful, subscribe. If you want to work directly with me, there'll be links in the description. But as always, I will see you tomorrow.